Good evening, and welcome to Spine-Chilling Cinema. I am your host, Oliver, the Caretaker Collins, along with the lovely co-host with the most, Queen of Shenanigans, Alice, and her trusty as always, Cat Bubbles. Because I wanted to change it up a little bit. Alice wanted to know, why are you talking slow and adding so much to the intro of the show? Queen of Shenanigans, Queen of Shenanigans. But yes, tonight we have a sci-fi film for you. Yes, indeed. From 1958. Night of the Blood Beast. Oh, Alice, this one sounds... The title just sounds ghastly gross. Oh, you're excited. Well, I'm sure you're excited. It's sci-fi. And you like sci-fi more. Even though I like some sci-fi, but we're not going to get into that. Maybe a little later. Yes, indeed. And this one stars Michael Emmet, which, if you've been watching Spine-Chilling Cinema for quite a while, you will notice he was in a different film that we had on. Yes, indeed. We will let you know which film that is a little later in the show if you don't figure it out yourself. Yes, indeed. And this one is produced by Roger and Gene Corman. Yes, the Corman brothers. I like some of their films. Some of their films are cheap. We'll just say that. They've been known to be kind of on the cheap side when they make their films. Yes, indeed. Alice is a big Corman fan, except for the ones that have Vincent Price in it. Oh, boy. Rivalry. I'm a big Vincent Price fan. She's a big Bela Lugosi fan. I don't know why we have to have this rivalry. Oh, I don't understand. Because it's fun, she says. Oh boy. Yes. Oh, Alice, I don't know. But I think with that, we should get to this feature film. I'm really interested in this film because the title, The Night of the Blood Beast. Yeah. Mind you, it is from 1958, and you know how I feel about, yes, Alice says, I know how you feel about 50s sci-fi. You usually think it's cheesy, but there's usually reasons for that. It was, not the greatest time for film, at least sci-fi. Okay, Alice, we're gonna get to the film. I know you're excited, so without further ado, from 1958, The Night of the Blood Beast.
This is X-100 to Goldenrod. X-100 to Goldenrod. Do you read me? Over. Normal descent on instruments. Normal descent on instruments. Altitude 90,000 feet. Approaching critical velocity. Something's wrong. I'm falling too fast. Goldenrod, I'm in trouble. The jets don't break my speed. I'm releasing the drag chute. The ship feels 500 pounds heavier. There's no drag and I'm getting too close to the Earth. There's nothing more I can do now. Estimate impact radius. 10 miles northeast your location. In case recorder's damaged, get this. Velocity 6,700 miles. Weight ratio 187. Thrust 220 tons. I'll tell the others. Goldenrod Baker to Goldenrod Able. Goldenrod Baker to Goldenrod Able. Goldenrod Baker to Goldenrod Able. Goldenrod Baker to Goldenrod Able.
Did you find it?
Came down about 3 miles east of Walker's Pass. Area 116 or 117 on your map.
How bad is he?
He bought it all the way.
You're certain?
No respiration, no heartbeat, no pulse. Came down pretty hard. The rocket unit's still in one piece and most of the control section. Everything else is scattered around for about half a mile.
Tell Donna to cover the entire area. Canaveral will want all the visual data we can give them.
Oh, and don't move anything till we get there.
Goldenrod Baker out.
I'm terribly sorry, Julie. I can understand how you feel. But we can't let it interfere with the work we have to do. You both knew it was a calculated risk.
I'll be all right, Doctor.
Well, let's get going.
Dave, look at the composition of this mud.
Dr. Wyman wants you to get full coverage on the entire area.
This was your first project under Dr. Wyman, wasn't it?
Yeah. I helped design the jettison unit that didn't work.
On a project like this, there's always a margin for error. You expect it.
Sure. Then when it comes, you find you really didn't expect it after all. You think Julie expected it? With his engagement ring on her finger? John Corcoran was the first man to be sent up in a satellite and ejected back to Earth. Well, he was supposed to come back alive. Let's check the rest of it.
Look, Dave. Look. Don't blame yourself.
The answer lies in this wreckage. Let's recheck the crash pattern. Funny.
What's that?
This rip was smaller when we first got here. Would the stress of settling into the ground have widened it?
How could that be? The entire hull is made of magneridium alloy. I'd like to examine the body before we bring it out. All right. Watch you don't cut yourself, Doctor. Dr. Benson, come here quickly. Bring my bag. I want you to see this. How long did you say he'd been dead?
It's been at least 3 hours since the crash.
Over 3 hours and no sign of body rigidity. No skin discoloration. Temperature feels normal. No dilation whatsoever.
The cause of death must be due to an internal rupture.
I've never seen an internally damaged body with no sign of rigor mortis after so long. Let's get him back to the lab so we can continue the examination.
Help Dr. Wyman. He wants to take John back to the lab.
Right. Dave, get a blanket.
Hello, Everglade. Hello, Everglade. This is Goldenrod. This is Goldenrod. How do you receive? Over.
Aren't they receiving us?
That's not the question. Are we transmitting? They don't receive anything from us. They won't try and reach us until the frequency check at 9 o'clock.
By all medical standards, this man is dead. heartbeat, no respiration. Yet his tissues refuse to dissipate.
Was it possible he could be in a kind of catatonic state? Could he still be alive?
Perhaps a form of hypometabolism.
That's impossible. His heart is stopped. There's no circulation. You know as well as I do that when this process stops, the brain starts to deteriorate almost at once. Within a matter of 3 minutes, it dies.
Hello, Everglade. Hello, Everglade. This is Goldenrod. This is Goldenrod. How do you receive? Over.
Maybe after this long a radio silence, we'll switch over to an emergency channel.
I've already tried that.
How about the Air Force?
Hello, Air Force emergency. This is Special CQD Goldenrod Station. How do you receive? Over. Everything's all fouled up here. I couldn't receive the spot weather report on this thing.
Yeah, but are you sure it's not your set?
No, I've already checked everything. Will you go out and ask Steve to come in here a minute?
Sure.
Hello, Everglade. Hello, Everglade. This is Goldenrod. This is Goldenrod. Do you receive? Over.
Nothing, Doctor. Doctor.
What is it? It's not a lesion. It's more like something had been forced through the tissue into high pressure.
Steve, the radio still won't work. Dave wants to see you.
Okay. I'll bet they're going nuts at the Cape. Get that radio working, Steve. We're going to need assistance.
What's the trouble? I can't transmit across the room with this thing.
It sounds like a magnetic disturbance.
Yeah. Could be the power lines fouled up outside. What's happening in there?
I don't know. Somehow we've got to get through to the Cape.
5 hours overdue now. I bet half the brass in the state of Florida's up in arms.
I hope not. If enough people find out about this, we'll have everybody up here.
I'll check the tower. You stay here and keep trying to get through, will you?
Yeah.
Look, if you pick up anything, give a yell, eh?
Right.
Blood pressure 120/80. Normal for a living man.
That's impossible, Doctor. You must have made a mistake.
But, Doctor, I checked it twice.
Well, this man does have normal pressure. That's impossible. Take a blood sample. I'll make a radiation count.
Welcome back. And so far, I know it's early, but the story is intriguing, Alice. I would say you would as well. Yes, indeed. So we got the astronaut that has crashed back into Earth and pronounced dead, but is he? They find a mark on him that they just don't understand how it would have got there, and the transmitter is not working. So things are a little weird. Yes, they are. A little weird indeed. Oh, yes, Alice. Haha and me. Alice is wondering, why don't you have your normal cane that you usually have? Well, if I could find it where I always leave it, but it's not there. And it's the first break, so I am not putting it past you, Alice. You probably hid my cane. So now I gotta use my backup cane, which is all right, but it doesn't have that same feel of my other cane, you know? No, you don't know. Oh, boy. And you're mad that I accuse you of taking my cane. Well, Every first break, Alice, you're the queen of shenanigans. Really? Who? Where? Oh, it's a surprise. Lovely. Alice says she knows where my cane is, but she can't tell. It's a surprise for later. Or is it just gonna come back to the table here? Is it gonna be set in here when I come back from a break or something? No? Oh boy, I don't know. You know I don't like surprises. Alice says, I know you don't like surprises. That's why you're boring. Oh boy, Alice. But yes, back to the film and Michael Emmet, the one of the main actors. In this film, his name is Dave, which is kind of funny because the film that we showed that also starred him on Spine Chilling Cinema, his name was Cal, and that was in Attack of the Giant Leeches, which a main character in that film was named Dave. So it's just kind of a neat kind of thing. Yes, Alice, that episode of Spine Chilling Cinema, Attack of the Giant Leeches, we did have a special guest. Yes, indeed. Yes, the mad scientist was on the show. Yes, and I'm sure he's busy. I'm sure he's busy right now. Oh, you don't want to be a mad scientist anymore, especially right now. Too much work. Okay, Alice. Okay. Alice wants, oh no. Oh boy. Alice wants to know why Dave's code name in this film is Goldenrod. She has her thoughts on why. Oh boy. I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even going to go there, Alice. Oh, would you stop laughing? This is a family show, Alice. Oh, I apologize. Can't control Alice and her thoughts and her shenanigans, I tell you what. I don't know why his name in the Goldenrod. I have no idea. Oh, stop laughing, Alice. Anyways, let us get back to this film. From 1958, The Night of the Blood Beast.
Goldenrod to Everglade. Goldenrod to Everglade. Come in, Everglade. Over. Goldenrod to Everglade. Come in, Everglade. This is an emergency. Steve?
What happened? Something hit me. It was big, like a bear. It came from out of the darkness and was heading for the lab. I know I put a couple of shots in it before I went down.
Wounded animal that large isn't good. How well are we armed?
Well, besides his pistols, we've got a couple of rifles.
I think it headed toward the back of the building.
Dave, are you sure you're all right?
Yeah, it just clipped me.
Inside.
It's in the medical room.
Wait a minute.
get the other letters. Did it get to him?
No.
What do you think it was?
This didn't come off any bear. Bring the light over here, will you? No fur, no blood.
Very much like leather.
Is the power out completely?
Yes, it is. You have any idea what caused it? Could be a break in the cable at the dam or a short circuit in one of the transformers.
Dave, are you sure the building was thoroughly checked? Are the wiring and fuses all right?
I went over everything thoroughly. I checked everything. I'll check again. Nothing's wrong here. Like I said, it's probably the disturbance up at the dam.
Well, Steve needs some help boarding the window.
Well, at least we won't freeze. I think a place like this would be equipped with heating.
Up until a few months ago, this was a radar monitoring station. Most of the ultra-sensitive instruments respond better to the cooler atmosphere. Systolic was 140.
I'll have a blood sample for you in a few minutes.
How long do you think it'll take Canaveral to realize we're incommunicado and send aid?
Well, the security operation as tight as this, maybe another 12 hours.
That could mean we could be here another day.
Doctor! Doctor! I've never seen anything quite like it. Notice the way it's fighting the others.
Seven hours and his blood is still alive. One of us will have to drive to the nearest telephone and call the Cape. Every minute counts.
What is it?
I've seen amoebic dominance of a cell structure before, but this is completely out of proportion.
Well, what are they? What do they mean?
Well, normal blood has two basic cells. The red carry oxygen and the white fight infection. But this blood has three. The third cell, that big one. Well, that's completely foreign to any blood structure. If that bacterioid is contagious, then we've all been exposed.
I doubt if it's communicable.
We better get to the nearest town fast. I imagine that'll be Desert City.
But that's over 30 miles. Isn't there anything closer?
There's nothing on the map.
Steve, call the Cape from Desert City. Get in touch with Dr. Zimmerman. Don't go into detail. Just tell him to get here as quickly as he can.
What about equipment?
Well, we need a new power supply. Need a refrigerated truck or an ambulance to transport the body. Oh, and tell him to request priority clearance directly to Walter Reed Hospital in Washington.
Right. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Keep checking the blood pressure, Doctor.
The last count was 140/80.
Well, that's all we can do with the present.
Any luck with the Jeep?
I can't figure it out. Cars in both the truck and the Jeep are burnt out.
Stopped.
They're both stopped. Take a look. We're in a magnetic force field.
A what?
A net of static electricity is surrounding the entire area. That's why our power's dead.
Well, we're not going anywhere tonight. The truck and the Jeep are burned out electrically.
What would cause a thing like that?
There's a very powerful magnetic source somewhere nearby. It's reversing all positive electrical power. Dr. Wyman, how close is the satellite compartment?
2, maybe 3 miles.
I was just thinking, is it possible that the compartment could be bombarded with electron particles?
It could be. It's happened before on some of the earlier snark firings to the Cape. When the missiles came back to Earth, they were pretty heavily magnetized.
But there's a mountain range between us and the compartment.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any logic behind any of this.
Well, here's something to complicate things even more. This was a shot I took when Dave and I first got out there. Look at it closely. Dave, remember I mentioned the strange mud?
Yes?
Well, this was the last shot taken. Most of the mud has disappeared, and the opening is larger.
Yes, I remember that when we took John out of the compartment. But at the time, it didn't seem important.
Well, someone or something must have been there.
There's an explanation and a good one for all of this. There must be. Some of the things that have occurred today are without precedent. A man in there alive that should be dead. Something that's never happened before. And we've never sent a man so far into space before. Well, we're all tired, disappointed, but under a terrible strain. After this long, the Cape has probably contacted the Pentagon. It's just a matter of time.
What if they can't get through? The magnetic force field works both ways.
Well, in the morning, one of us will have to hike down and meet them. As a precautionary measure, I suggest we all stay in this room tonight. Steve and Dave and I will take turns watching Kikuan. Right. Julie.
I'm sorry, Doctor. I just can't hold it back any longer.
I know. I wish there was something I could say. I'll listen if you like.
Bad enough losing someone you love. But this, the unknown, being held here. Alex,
Julie, he alone stood on the threshold of our future. What happened to him today, we may learn more than we've ever known. Maybe I should just listen.
so incongruous. He's dead. But is he dead?
Scientists, the more we learn, the more we realize there is to learn. Life itself is the greatest miracle. Well, when we get him to the hospital tomorrow, maybe we'll know.
Good night, Doctor.
Good night, Julie.
nothing you can do.
Must have taken the body. Whatever it is, it works fast. Let's take him down.
Steve, help him to the table. Johnny, you're all right.
Well, Julie, I don't know. I think so. Where's Dr. Wyman? What happened?
Suppose you tell us what happened.
Julie, what happened to Dr. Wyman?
He's dead.
Why are you staring at me? You don't think that I had anything to do with it?
John, we're just as confused as you are. Did you see anything? Was there anybody in the room with you and Dr. Wyman?
I don't know. Last thing I remember, I was making my descent. The jets didn't take hold. When I finally released the drag chute, it didn't hold. It was too close to the ground.
You crashed. We brought you here. You don't remember?
I seemed to be floating in a warm, black mist. Oh, my head. My neck.
Oh, no. Look at that.
The same mark.
Tell me what's happening.
Johnny, you don't understand. We thought you were dead.
Dead? What do you mean, dead?
When we pulled you out of the compartment, your body had completely ceased to function.
A hypometabolistic state. A type of suspended animation brought on by the contraction of the mesentery blood vessels in the pressure change of landing.
That kind of terminology I'd expected from Dr. Wyman, not from you.
Well, it seemed like the natural diagnosis.
From Dr. Wyman, yes.
In some way, I think Dr. Wyman is influencing me. I think he may be a part of me now. I don't understand. You've got to help me! Help me!
Fantastic. It's unbelievable. Things like this just don't happen.
But it has happened.
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. It didn't come here to destroy.
Johnny, try to tell us. What didn't come here to destroy us?
Is he all right?
Well, Johnny is alive. Johnny is alive. Not Johnny 5 Alice. Ha 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 ha. Oh, boy. But the doctor, half of his head basically chopped off, and he is dead. He is dead indeed. Gruesome, gruesome way to go. But, yes, Alice, I know I say but a lot. Anyways, you are on, I wouldn't say you're on fire because then that gives you a, you know, you think you're on a roll or something. Alice says she wishes she was on fire because it's so cold in the castle. Oh, here we go again. Anyway, like I was about to say, before you interrupted me, Alice, stop laughing. She's laughing about that I don't have my regular cane with me, and still laughing about the codename Goldenrod. Oh. But anyways, now that Johnny is alive, he's saying that he can basically hear and know what the doctor is saying, which is weird. The doctor is dead. And he says that the creature basically comes in peace. He's not here to do any harm. Well, cut somebody's head in half. I think that's not coming in peace. That's just what I say, Alice. I don't know about you. Oh, well, here we go. Alice always finds that one actor in the film that she just finds dreamy, and I need to hear about it. This time it's Dave. I don't know about that, Alice. Oh, and yeah, that kind of goes with your whole the goldenrod thing. Oh boy, here we go. Alice thinks that Dave from this film, Michael Emmet, kind of looks like Peter Steele from the band Typo Negative. Rest in peace, by the way, Peter Steele. Maybe a little bit, Alice. Maybe a little bit. He's dreamy. Oh, here we go. I don't think the people in TV land here want to see or hear about you and your obsession with this actor because he looks like Peter Steele, you think, in your opinion. You like Goldenrod. Oh, good grief. Oh, but yes, Alice, I want my cane back. So, I want to, I'm going to find out where it is soon. Well, that's just great. Thanks, Alice. See, sometimes you ask and you will receive. You just have to be persistent. Yes, indeed. But yes, this film, I know a lot of critics, give it a, we're not going to rank it, but they give it a low score. I did do a little research on the film. I didn't watch it, though. And I'm just I just don't know. Yes, it's a little cheesy because of the time period, but the story is pretty neat. I think, everything that's going on with the creature and, it says it's coming in peace, but yet it cuts somebody's head off, and then it basically seems to have control of Johnny's body, and I think that stuff's, some of that stuff's pretty neat. Alice agrees, yes indeed. Well, I want to continue seeing this film, and the faster we get this film, the faster I know where my cane is. Not this one, Alice. You know which one I'm talking about. So without further ado, let us get back to tonight's feature film, The Night of the Blood Beast.
They're gone.
What are you talking about?
Come see for yourself. That's what your blood looks like now. Normal in every respect. 4 hours ago, it was populated with alien amorphic cell structures.
I think we should see what I look like under the fluoroscope.
How will it work with the power out?
It operates on a radium cathode tube.
What are they?
The amorphic cell structures have expanded to...
They're using his body for a breeding ground.
You're not going to harm them, are you?
What do you mean? We don't even know what they are.
The one thing we do know is that they're alien to the human body.
Somehow they must have come down with you in the compartment.
Only a few hours ago, they were microscopic. We've got to do something.
If you destroy them, you destroy me. You can't destroy them.
Well, why not?
That's why not. Burned, but it got away, didn't it?
I don't think it'll go very far.
It's gone. It was burned pretty bad. I think we ought to track it down and make sure it's dead.
No, let's wait for help. We can't possibly combat that thing by ourselves.
Look, nobody's gotten to us, and no one probably will until it's destroyed.
Why does it have to be killed? Why are we always so quick to destroy? It's an alien. It's the first of its kind to come to the Earth.
John, you know what it's done to you, breeding its young in your body. You saw what it did to Dr. Wyman. Isn't that reason enough? It has to be killed.
You don't understand. It didn't come in malice. It could have killed all of you earlier, but it was me it was after. It had to come back to me to nourish its young.
All the more reason to destroy it.
Suppose it is still alive. Bullets don't harm it.
Well, fire seems to. How about a very pistol? Has an engulfing flame plus a delayed explosion.
It's better than a lantern.
Very pistol?
A flare gun. At short range, it'll chop down anything.
There's some in the cabinet in the hall. I'll get them.
No, Dave, you can't. Listen, you can't kill a living creature without giving it a chance to justify itself. Oh.
Let's put him in there. Can you give him something to keep him quiet?
Sodium amytal.
Good. We'll leave you here to watch him. Donna will come with us. We're going to need photographic coverage. Will that really keep him out until we get back?
I don't know. Under normal circumstances, this should render him unconscious for at least 12 hours.
But this isn't a normal person. What you and he were to each other has no bearing on what he is now, Julie.
I'm not worried. He's not dangerous. Not to me, anyway.
Oh, we can't take any chances. That creature eludes us and comes back here. Or if he gives you a bad time, you better know how to use a berry pistol. Believe me, Julie, he's not the same man you were engaged to. Thanks. Let me have one for Julie, will you? Now, don't worry. If we run into any trouble, we're not going to be heroes. Just pull the hammer back.
Just be back as soon as you can. This far, it's a lot healthier than I am.
You know, I think it's leading us back to the compartment.
Yeah, it looks that way.
How long do you think we've been out?
Hey, look, my watch is running again.
Mine, too.
That means the magnetic field must be broken. It must be dead.
We better make certain. Seems like the most likely place for it to go.
Yeah, I don't see anything. Maybe it's on the inside.
Yeah. Only you stay here until we're sure it's safe. Dave, you circle to the left and I'll go to the right.
Check. Nothing could possibly live through that. Look, it stopped again.
Hey, Steve! I gotta get some pictures before there's nothing left to shoot!
Kill her! Fire over its head! You hurt?
No, I don't think so. It could have killed me. But it didn't.
Probably would if we hadn't chased it off. Might have wound up like Wyman.
We better get back. Julie's all alone, and the monster may try and contact Aquarian again.
Yeah, let's go.
Don't be afraid, Julie. I'm not going to hurt you.
That wasn't meant for you. That was for the creature or whatever it is.
Don't stare at me, Julie.
I'm sorry, John.
If what you say is true and I've been dead, I don't know what this means for us, but I haven't changed in my feeling. Julie, we're all afraid of the unknown. You don't understand what's happened to me, and because there's an unknown being, you want to destroy it. But isn't it possible that what's taking place is for a purpose? Why not let the creature have a chance to tell us why it's here?
But it broke in and attacked us. You killed Dr. Wyman. It's done this to you. We had to do something. Now the others have gone to make sure it's dead.
It's not dead, and they won't be able to find it.
How do you know?
Julie, I'm the one who's had the most contact with it. Something foreign is inside of me. Alive. If there was any cause for fear, wouldn't I know it? But I'm not afraid. This creature is intelligent. It wants something. We've got to give it a chance to communicate with us.
See, the sedative didn't work.
My bodily reactions aren't those of a normal person.
What happened to the creature?
Got away.
Then it's alive. He told me it would be. Somehow he knew. He seems so sure that it's not evil.
This isn't a battle between men and a non-reasoning being. Can't you see it doesn't want to kill for the sake of killing? It could have done away with all of us earlier if it wanted to.
Until we discovered its fear of fire.
Listen, when you were out checking the power lines last night, all you had with you was a pistol, which you fired at it with no effect. If it had been a wild animal, it would have tried to kill you before moving on.
Can you account for what happened to Dr. Wyman?
No, I can't. But maybe it could if we give it the chance.
Why should we give it a chance? It's already committed murder. It's done I don't know what to you, and it's attacked Donna.
Look, if you were in a strange place and you were trying to communicate with the inhabitants, but every time you tried, they made a move against you, the only way to break through to them would be to take a hostage. Can't you see that's what it's been doing? It's been acting out of fear and self-preservation. It wants to communicate with us, but it doesn't know how. We've got to give it a chance.
What do you have in mind?
It's obvious the creature keeps coming back to me because part of it is inside of me. Why not let me lead us to it? In the daylight, in the open.
Maybe he's got something. When we were out searching for the creature, our watches started running again. And then when we encountered it, they stopped. On our way back here, they became active again. And now everything's dead. Now, it's my guess that the magnetic disturbance originated from two different locations. One from the creature, and then from you. It might be the only thing that's keeping you alive.
If my life has been given back to me, it's for a purpose. Trust me, and we'll learn why.
If the creature isn't what you believe it to be and we're forced to kill it, then we have no indication of what will happen to you.
I know. That's why it's important to let the creature make itself known before we take any action.
All right. But if we follow Johnny's plan, we still have to be prepared. We've no way of knowing what can happen to us out there.
Remember, we've agreed to give the creature every opportunity to prove itself.
In the morning, we still agree to follow Johnny's plan. We'll get an early start.
By that time, maybe help will arrive.
Dave and I will stand guard. The rest of you get as much sleep as you can.
Will it come back here tonight?
I don't know.
I have to agree, Alice. I have to agree. Oh, we're back. I apologize. Alice and I were just discussing about the creature in this film. The monster, the alien. And it looks pretty decent, especially for 1958. We're color us impressed. Yes, indeed. It's a saying, Alice. No, we're not going to get crayons out and markers, and you're not going to draw on me. Oh, like the one time I fell asleep on the couch and you put butterflies on my forehead. Nope, not like that. But yes, this film is, I don't know why it has so much hate. It's got a nice storyline. I'm digging it, as you would say in the graveyard. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, and Alice, did you know that this film had a working title, which means they were going to go with Creature from Galaxy 27, I believe? Yeah, that is pretty odd. That is really odd, Alice. I'm glad they didn't go with that.
I'm back. Oh yes, the Plague Doctor is back. Oh, I know you all missed me. Maybe not Oliver the Caretaker Collins, but I know Alice has missed me, and all of you indeed. Oh, and I have been so busy, you can imagine. Everybody needs the Plague Doctor's help these days. Everybody. Oh, so I haven't been on spine-chilling cinema very much because of this, but hopefully one day I will be back on a regular basis. Oh, yes, yes. Oh, and Oliver. Oh, my good friend Oliver. Are you missing something? Would it be a cane, perhaps? Oh, Alice, she definitely is the queen of shenanigans. This one is one of the biggest shenanigans yet. Oh, but we'll give you your cane back maybe next week. Oh, but when you see the Plague Doctor, you also know that I have a movie recommendation. Oh, yes, indeed. And what is that? Fahrenheit 451. Oh, this movie is a delight, a delight. It was also a book before, but I know a lot of you simpletons out there don't like to read. You like everything to be spoon-fed. Oh, well, the Plague Doctor knows all about spoon-fed and medicine. Oh, yes, indeed. So if you're not willing to read the book by Ray Bradbury, at least watch the film. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. This is a great film. It deals with a world without books. And if you have books, it's breaking the law. And you don't want to break the law, no. And they burn the books. Ooh. Ooh. If they burnt all the books about medicine, I don't know what I would do. I wouldn't be able to cure you. So, let's hope this never comes to... Let's hope this never comes. Oh, this story just boils my blood. Yes, indeed. So check it out. And do you want to know why? Because the doctor says so.
Steve, I'm a little worried about Johnny's plan.
So am I. I don't know if he's responsible for his actions.
Think it might be a trap?
If it is, this time we're going to be prepared. Come on. How about a Molotov cocktail?
We fill it with gasoline and then use it as a hand grenade.
That's the ticket. We could saturate the creature and detonate it with a Berry pistol. There's no way it could escape then.
How many bombs are we going to make?
Well, between us, we ought to be able to carry about 6.
What are we going to do with the girls?
Take them with us. It's better than leaving them here unprotected. That's enough.
Are we going to tell Julie and Donna about this?
I think we better. Make sure Johnny doesn't find out, huh?
You ever seen any of these work before?
Yeah. Guadalcanal. Guerrilla tank was running wild behind our lines. He knew we couldn't do any much damage with our rifles, so he was playing kind of a cat and mouse game. Until he knew he could finish us off. Not far from where we were, there was a truck overturned. The kid in it saw what was happening. Got the brilliant idea to bring me some gasoline, and we made up some of these. That tank came by, we smeared it, but good. It's pretty horrible to see, but it worked.
Yeah, well, it'd be good for me to get off of this mountain. Even with these cocktails, I'm not anxious to tangle with that creature again.
Well, none of us are, but I don't think we have any choice. It came down on the satellite. It's our responsibility. Besides, it's better to stalk it and have it come after us.
Yeah, you're probably right. And so, I wish we could wait for some help. I just don't like the idea of taking Julie and Donna with us.
Well, I don't either. Then we don't know when help will arrive. We can't leave them alone. What are you doing here?
What are you doing with Dr. Wyman's body?
I couldn't sleep. I had to see how he was killed. Half his head gone. It's horrible. I don't expect you to trust me. I don't even know whether I can trust myself, but please don't treat me like a monster. I haven't done anything wrong.
John, it's not a question of right or wrong. Maybe you're not responsible for your actions. Whether you are or not, who knows what you might do?
Look, John, don't you realize this unknown creature is using your body as a breeding ground? We don't know what to expect.
I can't deny anything you've said. I do receive impulses from the creature, but I know I have free will. I know I can still make my own decisions.
Was it your own free will or the creature's? But insist it's benevolent.
I'm not sure. But I do know that we have to give it a chance to explain, and I know that no harm will come to you.
Daylight will be here in about 3 hours.
Better get some rest.
It's all the same to you. I'll stay here for a while.
I'll get the bags.
All right. You will give it a chance to explain.
We'll give it a chance.
The creature isn't far away. There's some hills to the north, and a cave.
But he's never been in this area before. How does he know there's a cave?
It's in there.
Julie, Donna, stay there.
There's nothing to fear.
We're not going to take any unnecessary chances. The girls will wait here. Okay, you lead the way.
You're going to give it a chance. You're not going to kill it. You're not going to kill it.
What happened? Why did you let him go?
We couldn't stop him.
I brought them to you. They don't understand. I'm not sure I do. How can I help you to communicate with us?
Now I am able to speak by assimilation, a form of photosynthesis. I've been able to incorporate certain of Dr. Wyman's functional processes.
Was Dr. Wyman's death necessary?
Through his sacrifice, I can communicate, understand your reasoning, your motivations, your way of life. I will need your help. Together we must make them understand that I have not harmed you, that we will give them a better way of life.
Look! Listen! Please listen!
Do not be afraid. I am not here to harm you.
We're too far away. Let's move in.
Do not be afraid.
That's Dr. Wyman's voice.
It is his voice.
But how?
Yes, I am using Dr. Wyman's voice. I have been able to master the use of many of his faculties. With his voice, I am able to communicate with you.
You killed him!
He is not dead.
Not dead.
He has gained something more than life as you know it. He is the first of your kind to attain immortality.
Immortality? We're not interested in that kind of immortality.
I know you want to destroy me, but listen. Please listen. I only want to help you. Millions of years ago, my people inhabited a planet such as yours. We discovered the ultimate power, just as you on Earth are about to do.
You ready to make your move?
We should have put this power to our own benefit. Instead, hatred, greed, and prejudice caused us to misuse that power. And it brought about our own destruction.
Open target. Now's our chance.
But you can't risk killing Johnny.
No, wait.
What harm is there in hearing them out?
For centuries, we have been circling your Earth, waiting for a means to penetrate your atmosphere. Your projectile was the first to present a means of entry. Those before were not retractable and burned as they fell back to Earth. I am the first to come.
Death and destruction?
If what you say is true, what are we to expect?
You need me, and I have come. Through me, we will unite our intellects within one body.
It's insane.
And how do you plan to do that?
Already it has begun. Within the hour, the first of our new generation will be born.
It's true. I can feel them inside. You're imposing your will on us. You're sacrificing our civilization for the resurrection of your own. I've been a fool. The only way you can be saved from your downfall is by our sacrifice. What you propose is dominance, not salvation.
Don't be governed by fear.
Go ahead and kill me. You've already said I'm dead. A dead man with a brain and a body kept alive artificially to feed a generation of monsters.
That's not true.
If you don't kill me, a new civilization is inside of me that will destroy mankind as we know it today. The future of our race is in you. You've got to kill me.
We have to destroy it. John! Run! Get away from it!
Oh.
He will live on to become a greater being in future generations to come. Don't kill me. In destroying me, you are destroying your only hope for mankind. You've got to kill me!
We will still save you. In your quest for self-destruction, you will send up more satellites. And we will be there, waiting to come again.
The right decision.
John made the decision.
Let's hope it was the right one. We'll probably never know.
Very, very funny, Alice. Well, at least I know where my cane is now. Funny, funny, funny. Well, we had a good run without having the plague doctor on the show. It seems like he's back, at least for now. You better get my cane back. Oh, you will. It was just a funny prank you wanted to do. Yeah, shenanigans, exactly. I thought he was so busy. Oh, he is. Oh, he won't be on the show regularly. It was just kind of a surprise. Well, that's a little bit of a relief. But you know what? I will give him a little bit of respect. No, not for having my cane. Oh. But his movie recommendation, even more of a book recommendation if you want to read the book. But yes, Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. Excellent story, excellent story. That's the kind of sci-fi that I like, Alice. A little, not so much the outer space and stuff, the more, kind of like what if, like what if all of a sudden all, books were outlawed. I mean, that would be horrible. Yeah, I'd probably have to get rid of, the Vincent Price cookbook there. That nicely keeps my skull here in place. Yes, the book Alice in Wonderland would be gone. And then you'd have generations that never knew that books even existed. And that would be just scary. Alice says she doesn't like any type of censorship at all. I'd have to actually agree with Alice. And if you are going to censor some things, don't censor it for everybody. Put a disclaimer like they put on music, or or like a rating like PG, PG-13, so people know. And then they can decide if they either watch it or read it or listen to it. Agree, Alice. Agree. But yes, Fahrenheit 451. That is, if you're not a big reader, I definitely would watch the film. Indeed, indeed. From, I believe, the 60s. Yes, the 60s. There was a new one. I have not seen it yet, so I can't say if it was good or not, but, you know, I usually kind of like the older stuff. Yes, yes, yes. You haven't seen the new one either. Okay, but you want to. Well, you know, you can watch it, Alice, if you want. But yes, that was the movie recommendation from the Plague Doctor, and hopefully he will have my cane back. But yes, back to tonight's feature film. Yes, indeed. The ending, you know, was a little bit, you know, but it had to be done, you know. Like me and Alice said, we both thought the creature looked pretty good, especially for 1958. It looked pretty good. And I guess we can get to ranking. Alice, what do you give this film? She gives it a 7.5 out of 10. You would have gave it a little higher if the creature was shown more. It's true. I can kind of agree with that. I'm going to give this film a 7 out of 10. I don't think it was as bad as some of the other critics think. I mean, if you just kind of like put in perspective when it was made, so you got to kind of have a little bit of a give to the special effects and stuff. But the actual story of it, where the first time we broke the atmosphere to go into outer space, it basically made an opening for an alien to come back to Earth. That's kind of neat. And then basically used Johnny in this film as kind of like a breeding mechanism. He had like the little aliens in him and stuff, which would make me kind of wonder if some of the other sci-fi films down the road, like Alien or even The Thing, maybe those directors saw this movie and took a little inspiration from it. You never know. You never know. So story-wise, I thought it was really, really good. Acting, there was some questionable acting. The editing seemed good. There wasn't really any quick, crazy cuts, or you could see where they screwed up, so they just tried to paste the film together. I don't think there was any of that, unless I missed it. But yes, 7 out of 10 shovels. I enjoyed this film. Being sci-fi and like kind of more, it didn't take place in outer space, at least not most of the film. But you know what? I enjoyed it. 7 out of 10 is pretty high for sci-fi coming from me. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But we have come to the end of the show. And Alice has picked a cartoon. Alice said she picked the cartoon for the end of tonight's show because when she read the title of our feature film, she thought, oh, people will have nightmares. We don't want that. I could see where people maybe have nightmares, you know. I could see. So Alice picked out a cartoon, so you go to sleep with a cartoon in your head instead of the feature film. Yes, indeed. So that is nice of Alice. Alice says, see, I can be nice. Can. Keyword, can be nice. Not always. Oh, Alice says nobody's nice all the time. That would be annoying. Kind of got a point there. But anyways, we're to the end of the show. And for myself, Oliver, the Caretaker Collins, the Queen of Shenanigans, Alice, and her trusty as always, Cat Bubbles, we hope you enjoyed tonight's show. And as always, we cannot wait to see you again.
Faster than a streak of lightning. More powerful than the pounding surf. Mightier than a roaring hurricane. This amazing stranger from the planet Krypton, the Man of Steel, Superman. Possessing remarkable physical strength, Superman fights a never-ending battle for truth and justice, disguised as a mild-mannered newspaper reporter, Clark Kent.
Kent. You can't pick your assignments. Hurry over and cover that consumers meeting.
But, Chief...
But nothing. That's final.
Gosh, that was a close call. I've got to get to police headquarters immediately.
You're damnation sharpstopper. I send you out to bring back that woman, and what happens? You let her get away and bring me this fool. She must not get to the airport. She must be stopped.
They are probably the largest and most ruthless gang of saboteurs in this country. I know. For 6 months they thought I was one of them. This briefcase contains a list of their names, together with their diabolical plans of destruction. They will stop at nothing to recover these records. I must get them through to Washington.
I understand. I'll see that you have an escort to the airport.
She's got soul. She's heading this way. Quick! She's trapped on the bridge. The place is surrounded by them.
Hello? Erich? Hello? Hello?
Zum Donnerwetter! Something went wrong. We've got to get those records. Was ist los? Ist der Norris verrückt geworden? Zum Teufel! Was sollen wir tun?
Schmeißt die Wände ein.